Good morning guys, welcome back. You join me for an early, well, hoping for an early blonde ray at the top end of the Bristol Channel. First cast, I put a double sandy and a squid wrap out, and I've got a bite on the rod. It's just pulled over a couple of times. It hasn't tripped me out yet, so I'm just going to watch it for a second. I apologise, slightly rushed start. It's been out there about 2 minutes. Do you reckon we should have a look? Let's have a look. Feels promising right now. Thing is, out here sometimes your leg can get buried and it can feel like you got a fish on. But I'm really not sure right now. Definitely a lot of weight there, unless that's just my lead. I reckon we've got a fish, you know, guys. Come on, let's see a nice big fat blonde come to the surface. Line's coming up in the water. Yes, we've got a ray. We got a ray first cast. Oh my god. It just came up on the surface for a second out there. I just saw the line go. Ooh. Oh, imagine this is a blonde first cast. Oh, it's dived down again. There it is. Oh my god, it might actually be a blonde. It might actually be a blonde, guys. What am I? I'm getting shot for you. What am I doing? It's come up on the surface. It keeps diving back down, so I'm gonna have to try and bully this in a bit. There it is. Ooh. Oh, what do you reckon, guys? Blonde or a thorny? What do you reckon? Oh, my heart is in my mouth. My heart is in my mouth. Oh, look at that. Dive down then. Let's try and keep it on the surface. There's a few snags in close here. A few big boulders. Right, it's coming up again. Blonde or a thorny? Blonde or a thorny? Oh, it's dived down again. Proper scrappy one this. It's only about 5 yards out now. Get off the bottom, come on, come on. There you have it. Oh, my first Ladye Bay blonde of 2025. It's not a bad fish either, just weighed it, it's 11.6 £. Not the biggest I've had from here, but that is very, very, very welcome. We're not even in September yet. I think we're the 19th, 20th of August today. I'm over the moon with that. First cast, double sand eel and squid. We've still got 4 hours till high water, so this could be a red letter session today. But yes, there's a lovely blonde ray, my first one from Ladye Bay, 10 minutes from my house in 2025. So yes, absolutely over the moon I am. Let's get some pictures now and get this beautiful girl back. Well guys, there you go. My first Ladye Bay blonde of 2025, 11.6, let's get it back. Gonna give it a bit of encouragement. Oh, and there you go. She swam back lovely. Yeah, I've got to be careful of the rays. It's not too bad on the flood, but when you're putting them back, make sure they swim off, because sometimes they can just turn around and beach themselves again. But that one's disappeared off into the deeps and swam off lovely. So yes, we're 4 hours from high tide now. Let's see if we can get another one. Oh my God. Wow guys, I was not expecting that early on in the session. Oh. Yeah. What a start, eh? First cast, 11.6. First one of the season. We're not even in September yet. So I'm over the moon with that, guys. Haven't even had time to bait up a spare rig. So let's do that now. Got no rods in the water. We could be in for a good day here. Oh. There's 2 more anglers turning up. About 100 yards down. About 200 yards down. Blondes are definitely here. Oh, what a start. I'll admit, I did think it was a little bit early for the blondes, but clearly not. First trip out targeting them locally. First cast, got one. What better start could you ask for? The bait doing the damage was some lovely big sand eel and a squid wrap. Pull my trousers up a second because they are falling down. Some lovely big sand eels. They're not in the best condition because I've refroze these a couple of times. But at least that proves you can catch blondes on refrozen bait. I know some people have got a really big OCD about that. They won't use refrozen bait. But guys, it works, trust me. The amount of fish I've caught on refrozen bait over the years, a lot. So, it's got two lovely big sand eels. You can almost call them launts. Just trim the heads off. And trim the tails off. These are a little bit soft, but they're catching, so who cares? Now if I can find my elastic, I'll get these side by side. I know some people like to have the head end at the other end, if you know what I mean, like you'll have one that way and the other that way, but I don't mind, I like to have them both the same way. I don't think it makes any difference whatsoever. So I'll just bind these together with some elastic. Ooh. It is the fine elastic, so it's snapping sometimes. It's nice and gently. Don't want to be slicing into the sand eel. And I'll get, you could use a baiting needle. This is a shepherd's crook. I'm not using a dongle, I'm just using this to hold the bait in place. Just like so. And I find that can make a much more streamlined bait when you've got it on a needle. So once those two are secured together, I'll get my hook. No dongles today, 5.0 BMXs. I'll hook it through the tail end, thread it through so the line's flowing through like that. I'll hook them again through the head end, bring the hook out, tighten this bit up to get rid of that big loop. Push the eye of the hook down with your thumb, and continue whipping it up. Making sure just to get rid of any bumps in that bait, make it nice and streamlined. There we go, all the way up. And all the way down. Now I'll put that to one side a second. I'll get, if I can find it, a wrap of squid. There you go. It's half a squid body there. Small squid body. And what I'll do with this, hopefully you can see, the fat end I'll hook through the bottom hook, twist it around and lay it flat so it's covering all that eye and the knot of the rig. And then I'll continue whipping that on. Getting that on the hook. Get rid of any bumps, any imperfections. All the way up to the top again. Hopefully you can see, sorry. This one's nearly done, all the way up to the top. And back down. Very long bait this. I didn't cut those sand eels short enough. Get rid of that bump. Don't get the hook in me. Just gonna snap that off. Get rid of that. Put those two to one side. And I'll get the pedal hook, which is also a 5.0 BMX. Wrap it around a couple times. And some people would have the hook up here, but I've got a similar view to Dean Booker and I like to have this hook sort of there. So what I'll do, wrap it around a couple times and I'll put the hook in about there, a few centimetres below the top of the bait, and I'll sort of thread it on so it comes out roughly where the eye of the bottom hook would be. Turn that bait around. Not the neatest, but there you go. Double sand eel and squid wrap, ready for these Ladye Bay blondes. Let's get this rod back out there. So quickly baited up another rig. I'm just gonna sling this back out there. Hopefully, that's not the only fish we see this session. Oh. Check those mags are on. Lovely. Right, let's give this a nice little swing out, swing back. Lovely. Uptide out the way. Bit ropey that one, I will admit, but who cares, it's out there. Let's tighten up. That drag, that ratchet on, just in case. Let's set the rod on the stand, and now I'll let that tighten up in the tide. In the meantime, I'm going to bait up another rig because I want to get 2 rods out there. Oh guys, as you can see, we've moved up the ledge. The tide has pushed us off that little bit down there. It's only a small tide today, it's only like 9.7 I think, which is tiny for Clevedon. But yeah, 7 ounce are holding lovely, not moving hardly at all out there. But there is some quite big swells coming through because we've got obviously the tide going left to right. We've got like a 20-mile-an-hour northeasterly wind coming down the channel, so it's creating a bit of a swell out there. But, up here you're fine. It's not that big, probably 3 foot, 4 foot maybe at times. But it's fine. Yes, I've got double sanding and squid wraps on both rods out there now. I'm still hoping for another blonde to get on that early. Usually you're in for a good session, but I haven't had a bite since, so maybe it's a case of first cast curse. But hopefully not. In a minute, I'm going to stick a crab out there, see if we can get a hound, because there was a couple came just along the coast yesterday, caught by my mate Steve. So yes, got some lovely ray baits out there now. All I've got is sand eel and squid with me for the rays. I've never had a blonde on anything else other than sand eel squid here, so that's all I've got with me. I got 4 packs of sand eels and a bag of squid. I shouldn't use all of that today. Unless it switches on and I get 10 blondes. But yes, usually this time of year, sort of when it gets to August, September, October, you start getting dogfish up here. But I haven't seen one yet. And also you get some tote pups up here. I need one of them for my species hunt. Yeah, I think it was this week last year I had like 3 or 4 tote pups in a session here. So one of them today would be lovely. Nice little surprise. Right people, this is going to be the hound rod. I've just got a nice 3 foot pulley rig with a nice 3/0 chinu, just like I like to fish with my hounds. 3/0 chinu, I've got a frozen crab and half a squid going out. 7 ounce lead, imp, T900 and the casting special. So, I'm not going to put this one as far, out in that tide definitely, but not as far as the other rod. Drop it a bit shorter. So, swing it out, swing it back. Stop that one about 100 yards. Not too far at all. Definitely far enough though. So let's get the ratchet set on that, see if we can get ourselves a smooth hound. I didn't actually see where that landed. I did not actually see where that landed. Well, judging by the amount of line left on the reel, it went out quite a way. but it's over there somewhere. As you can see, we've moved up to the top on the grass. We've been pushed off that lower spot again. And yes, unfortunately, no more bites since that first cast. So it looks like it's been a bit of a first cast curse day. But oh well, that doesn't matter. First Ladye Bay blonde of 2025. Cannot complain. Not a bad fish either, 11.6. I'll take that all day long. I believe that's the first one of the autumn. I know there was a couple, well, one or two caught earlier on in the year, sort of April, May time, but there was, I believe that is the first one that's come off here this autumn. So, chuffed to bits of that I am. Hopefully, plenty more to follow. Hopefully, some real big uns. And yes, I'm keeping the ray baits going out there on one rod, and I've got the hound rod, the hound rig, the crab out on the other rod. But yes, no more bites, but plenty of time. I'm gonna give it another hour, 2 hours, something like that. It's about half an hour till high water now. Tide's easing up lovely. So this can be a good time. I've had blondes over high before and plenty of thornies in the past. So haven't lost hope yet. I'm gonna keep the fresh baits going out there. Let's see if we can pull some out over high water. All right, people. Here is the hound rod going out. Got a nice crab and a bit of squid on there. The tide is well on its way out now. It's screaming through it is. So I'm going to put them up to the right now, towards the bridge. Literally towards the bridge. So I'm going to have, get it unwrapped from the tip. So, if you want to cast right, lengthen your drop. So it leaves the tip later. It goes round to the right. Put those lead wires in, make sure they're in. So, make sure those mags are on. Also, what you want to do is just let go a little bit earlier, because I want it to go way up to the right. Swing that out, swing it back. Lovely, not too far at all. 80, 100 yards, something like that. Out in that tide. Hopefully, we can get ourselves a last cast hound. Well, almost last cast hound. I'll probably give it another half hour, hours fishing. Anyway, let's get this on the stand and see what happens. Good morning, people. Well, welcome back. You've joined me again. Blonde ray hunting at the top end of the Bristol Channel. Oh, I've arrived about 3 hours before high. We've got a very, very big tide today. Well, it's not huge, but it is a big tide. We've got a 12.7 today, which is a nice tide. I like a big tide on it. Yeah, so we're back down, trying for a blonde ray. Hopefully we can get one bigger than the one I had the other day. Got to beat 11.6. So yes, we're back down here. Got a lovely calm morning tide. High water is at 20 to 9. Yes, it is beautiful. What a gorgeous morning. There's no wind. It's about 2 miles an hour southerly wind. Stunning. I'm just baiting up the rig to go out on the second rod now. I've already got one rod out there. Sand eel and squid. My favourite blonde ray bait. In fact, I'm that confident using sand eel and squid, I'll make a bet with you guys that I'll catch a blonde using sand eel and squid today. This morning on this tide. Remember that. Oh, so yes. Jokes aside, I'm going to bait this up now. I'll talk you through the rig in just a second, although most of you guys can probably guess what it is. Right, let's bait this one up quickly. Tide is screaming through. First rod out, I put on 8 ounce, and it's gone way down tide. Well, I've just had to let a massive bow out for it to hold, I mean. The lead stayed up there. It's just, if you tighten up to it and put it on the rod rest, it'll just keep tripping out. So you've got to let a big bow out to allow that lead to really bite into the bottom. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm just gonna strap these two sand eels together. Like so. Two medium sand eels there. I'll get my bottom hook, my 5/0 BMX. Wrap that on there. Oh yes. Beautiful. Oh, that's a lovely catch just went out there then. Beautiful. Right. I'll let some line out. Get this on the stand. Do that drag just in case. That tide is screaming. So I'm gonna ratchet off a minute. I'm just gonna let that take line for a minute. Let a nice bow form. And then what I'll do, once the line's gone past my other rod, I'll tighten up the drag so that tip just sits nicely in the tide and that lead just bites into the sand lovely. What I do find, because we're fishing on sand/mud, sometimes your wires can sort of slip through it because there's nothing to grip onto, if you like. And I find just letting a big bow out can really help pin it to the bottom and really anchor that lead in. So that's what I'm doing now. I've got my drag set loose, so the rod's taking line out now. The tie's taking line out. Just gonna leave that for a minute or two. Let a nice bow form, let it come around past my other rod. And yes, I'll tighten it up and you'll see the tip set lovely in the tide. So almost there. Oh. Almost there. Right, I can start tightening that drag up now. And watch this tip pull over now and set in the tide. There you go, see that? It's still taking line, just not as much. Hardly any actually. Now we tighten that up a little bit more. Put the ratchet on. And there you go, that one's set in the tide beautifully. Hopefully now we can see a lovely big slack liner. Oh yeah, beautiful. Right, let's bit up a spare rig. Oh, let's get it out there. Let's get it out. Check those mags are on. As always, safety precautions. Right. Ooh. Oh yeah. I like a bit of that. I like a bit of that any day. I'm calling that one. I'm calling blonde on that one. Spared up a bluey and squid wrap. And yes. What a lovely morning. Flat calm. It's warmed up lovely now. Beautiful it is. But yes. Tide's eased beautifully. The tips have lifted. And yeah. Be nice to get another fish. Could pick up a thorny over high. They seem to come when the water's quite slack. I've found over the years. And the blondes like a bit of tide. But yeah, I've kept the fresh baits going out. Casting's been lovely. And yeah, it's lovely to be out. I'm so glad I got out of bed this morning. So glad. But yes. I had some good news the other day, last Thursday. I went to my school to pick up my GCSE results. And turns out I passed everything, so can't complain with that. That's that out of the way. Don't have to worry about that ever again. But yes, very nice. Oh. just a beautiful still morning. I could just quite happily just sit here and not fish and just, well obviously I want to fish, but I could quite happily just sit and just chill out, have a lie down, relax. Absolutely gorgeous it is. I love these mornings. It beats fishing in the middle of January with a 30 mph freezing cold wind and you can't feel your fingers. Oh, love it. Second blonde of the year. Well, second blonde locally this year. And we're not even in September yet. So hopefully, I've got a feeling it's going to be a cracking year for them. But the average size seems to have gone down a bit. I think we're going to have an influx of Barry-sized blondes, I call them, like 5 to 10 pounders. But yeah, I'm not going to complain. They put up a cracking fight. I love rays, so I can't complain. Oh, well guys, got ourselves a little surprise. We got ourselves a doggy. I didn't even know this guy was on there, to be fair. Just over high tide, changing the baits. Slack water, didn't even see a bite. This bloody hook out. I have to use a T-bar on that. This is very awkwardly hooked. Whoa. And there you go, guys. Fish number 2 of the day. Lovely little dogfish. Luckily, up here, this end of the channel, we don't get pestered by these, so getting the odd one, I don't mind at all. So yes, a dogfish. Let's get it back. It's bang on high water now, so let's see if we can get someone else. A dogfish. All right, guys. Now the tide's about to start ebbing out, I'm going to start firing the baits up that way. So, let's do it. On this one, I've got a nice little bluey and squid wrap. And I'm going to put this out over there. Hopefully I don't hit this in the trees. Oh yes, that will do. Oh well guys, over high tide, just winding the other odds, change the beats. We got another dogfish. A bit bigger than the last one. Lovely and fat, this one. Let's try and unhook him now, shall we? There we go, look at that. Let's show him to you. And there you have it guys, a lovely Bristol Channel dogfish. Honestly, these are quite a rarity up here. You don't get many of these at this end of the channel, so catching a couple over high tide is absolutely fine with me. Yeah, beautiful little dogfish. Let's get it back. Oh, right guys, hour and a half, 2 hours after high now. Tide's screaming through. I did manage to hold bottom though, with the 8 ounces. So that's all right. Unfortunately, after those 2 daggies over high tide, nothing else. But I'm not going to complain. It's been a cracking session. We've caught ourselves another Ladye Bay blonde, so I'm chuffed to bits with that. Unfortunately, it's not really the size I'm after. Probably fish around 8, 9 pounds, something like that. But yeah, still over the moon. But a great fight. Unfortunately, didn't get on camera. I know, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's just a lovely couple of sessions for you there. Obviously, the other day we had that one, £11.6, first cast. And we just had that one today. Plus dogfish, seaweed, and yeah. It's been a great couple of sessions, I've really enjoyed it. Hopefully, with it not being September yet, this means we're going to have a good year this year for the blondes. Although my theory is that the size are going to decrease, but the numbers are going to go up. But it's just a theory. We'll see what the autumn brings. So yes, guys, that's it for now. It's been a cracking morning, cracking couple of sessions. Really enjoyed it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. Thank you guys for watching. For now, tight lines, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.